What's up, everyone? It's time for Jace First Impressions. I really love this champion, had a ton of fun doing this video. Right off the bat, he's really hard to figure out his abilities as you start playing him, since there are so many different combinations of them. So there's a slight learning curve, but after a couple of games, you're going to have him down. Not only is he complex, but he's also really diverse. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to play him as a hard-hitting AD build on the top lane. Now, however, you can play him tanky, you can play him as a jungler, you can possibly even do a decent kill lane on the bottom with the right comp. So for this gameplay style, we're going to be focusing on just doing that AD build, and I'll be going over that later. Jace can be a farm up and play a strong late game style champion, but he can also do a great job of taking out those softer enemies, especially with the help of ganks, as he can do almost full half bar of HP with his melee combo. It's actually very easy to engage with his move speed, his leap, his slow, his knockback. He's got so much in his kit that makes it possible for him to just completely demolish enemies. So for most of the laning phase, you're going to be hanging out in his cannon stance, using that to farm safely from range. Now, despite being in cannon stance for the most part, maxing your E first is what I actually would recommend doing. Take your Q as your first ability, then E and then W, and then max your E, max your Q, and then max your W. Let's go ahead and talk about all the abilities and how they work out. In this fight here that is coming up, I'm going to be chasing down a team fight, and I see the Ashe kind of in the back side, so I'm going to be shooting out my Shock Blast when possible. Now, normally you want to combo your Shock Blast with your Acceleration Gate, as it gives it much more range, and it also gives it more damage. Now, I just did a big combo on Ashe, wasn't able to finish her off. For some reason, I wasn't able to get the Ignite, but I am able to use my Acceleration Gate, toss out a Shock Blast, and destroy her in the bush. I believe it has around the same range as a Nidalee Spear, if I'm not mistaken. So it has great poke potential in team fights, and there's a lot of stuff that you can do with that to make it really amazing. Once you have several points into your Shock Blast, it's actually going to be really easy to take out backwave minions with both your Acceleration Gate combo into the Shock Blast. So it allows you to also farm very well, and if you're getting kind of pushed out and poked, it's going to give you the safety of actually doing that from range. Now, your W is a great ability for doing that burst damage, to just sit there and poke someone down in a very short amount of time. What Hypercharge does is it actually maxes out your attack speed, allowing you to actually focus more on just building damage items and then worrying on doing damage combos. So in this particular clip, I'm going to be running through and doing a full damage combo. What you want to do in these fights is use everything that you have in your cannon stance, since that's what you're usually going to start out in, and then as soon as that is all used up, switch out to your melee and then just completely demolish. I took out that Sejuani before she was even able to realize what was going on. Outside of just doing some damage combos, it's actually really good in the laning phase for poking someone down if they run up to last hit a creep in the top lane. Turn on your Hypercharge, pop them a few times in the head, and then step back. It's a great way to get that extra damage and try and shove your enemy out of the lane without putting yourself into too much trouble. Acceleration Gate is basically the opposite of what a Karthus can do. Instead of slowing down your enemies, you're going to be speeding yourself and your allies up quite a bit, actually. So this allows you to all get great engages off onto the enemy team. It's kind of like having somewhat of a Shurelya's on your team. And since you're maxing it first, you're always going to have that ability to really jump in there, engage fast, or even escape when necessary. When you see someone coming up to help gank your lane, throw down your Acceleration Gate and use it as a way to help both you and your ganker get to your enemy and take them out. Now, also, whenever you're harassing someone, try and throw it down right in front of yourself to shoot out your Shock Blast, do the extra damage, and then you can run through that Acceleration Gate, toss out your combo, and do as much auto attacks as possible. Right here, I'm able to do a little bit of damage to this Vladimir, but unfortunately, when I go in for the kill, I jump right into the turret range, and I'm taken out as well. For the most part, though, it works out in your favor. Now, Jace's cannon stance alone is great as it is, but once you combo in with everything you can do in cannon stance, there's so much more that you can do. So first off, his Q is a leap, which will actually jump to your targets and do damage in an AoE while also slowing that target down. Not only is it a great way to do a little bit of damage and engage onto enemies, you can actually use it defensively when you slow them down and then knock them back with your Thundering Blow. Even without your Acceleration Gate, it's actually easy to catch up to enemies, as whenever you switch stances, you'll gain a movement speed bonus from your passive. So that's another great way to use your Q switch to jump up and kill enemies. Here in this clip, I noticed that Swain's actually going to be throwing down his binding onto me, and I'm able to use my Q to leap to dodge that. Now, I do notice that there's a gank coming in, so I wait for it in the bush, and you can flash over to safety. Yeah, what's up, dude? Always try and keep an eye on what's going on around the minimap if you're playing in the top lane, as you can pick up some kills and help out your allies in a lot of cases. I noticed that my friend Sai here is getting focused down by Sejuani, so I run in there and I knock back to Vlad to keep him from doing some damage. But as Lee Sin comes in, I'm going to turn around, slow them down, and do as much damage as possible. I'm able to finish him off with my E, and then I can pick up a double kill, all just from that bait. In Cannon Stance, W will actually create a lightning fill, which does a point blank AoE to all creeps around you over 4 seconds, as well as champions, obviously. And every time you auto attack, you'll get a little bit of mana back. If you're in a lane where it's actually safe for you to auto attack minions in your Cannon Stance, go ahead and do that and get your mana back. Also, it's cool to just toss that out every time you're going to be doing a damage combo to try and do a little bit of extra damage, and then you can clean up creeps that way as well. Now, E is going to be your bread and butter in Cannon Stance, and overall just doing as much damage as possible. Thundering Blow, if you max it first, does an extremely large amount of damage to their max health, 20% I believe in max, as well as a scaling amount and a decent base amount on top of that. So you can completely demolish people by tossing out your E. Not only does it do that, but you can use it defensively or offensively. You can knock people around, kind of like the red-headed stepchildren that they are. Let's take a look at a few of the uses for it. So in this case, I'm seeing a gank attempt come in. I'm going to go ahead and use my Q to leap up to the Nasus, slowing him down, giving me the chance to run behind him. I'll throw him to the wall, and then we're able to grasp him down and take him out for a kill. Easy enough. In this particular case, we're going to go for a dragon fight, but the enemy team is going to think twice about that. I get leaped onto by the Jarvan, and I just knock him out of his own circle, protecting me a little bit from the Udyr. In this case, it kept me protected and gave Katarina enough time to wreck everyone, picking up the quadra kill onto the final Udyr, and we pick up the dragon on top of that. In the top lane here, I'm going to be getting engaged on here. We're both full health, and normally you're going to be losing against a champion such as Yorick and long engages, but since we're both full HP and he decided to go on to me full on, I'm actually able to do a ton of burst damage to him and push him out of the lane. I want to quickly talk about items that you're going to be using on him. It's actually very simple. You're going to be doing the same thing that we do if you're playing a Corki or Ezreal, for example. Go for a Berserker Greaves and 2 Doran's Blades as your early game items. Build up to the Infinity Edge as fast as possible, and then finish off your core with that Trinity Force. After that, it's really just going to depend on how the match is going as to what you're going to need to grab. You can go for Last Whisper if they have a lot of armor. You can go for that GA if you need that, that AD carry survivability, or possibly even a Maw Malmortius if they have a lot of bursty magic that's going to finish you off. There's even other options such as more tanky items. That's really all just going to depend on the matchup that you're against here. Now for runes and masteries, those are also very standard if you're used to playing AD carries. Pick up the 15 physical damage from your Quints and red runes, as well as flat armor on yellows, and I do magic resist per level for my blue runes. Now when you go into masteries, just do your 21, 8, 1, and that's going to give you defensive abilities on that defense tree. I like that a whole lot because it's going to help you survive, especially since Jace is going to get in there up close and personal, and then obviously in utility I take 1 point into the flash for that improved cooldown on your flash. Such a huge ability. Now while you're laning, Jace may not have the longest range of any AD carry. However, he's got so much damage and utility, it's really not going to matter. Any chance you get, poke down your melee enemies while also making sure you don't miss any last hits. If you do get engaged on, don't actually panic. Do all of your combos from your actual range stance. Use your Shock Blast. Also use up your Hypercharge and everything that you possibly can, and then immediately switch over to Cannon Stance. If you're ready to disengage, toss out your To the Skies and then knock them back with a Thundering Strike. You can step back at that point and generally come out ahead on those type of engages. If you're in a kind of bad situation and people are poking you down, you can always bait them out as well, as you're really strong with ganks. You can do a lot of damage by throwing people around. If you can use your acceleration gate to speed yourself up, toss out your to the skies to get behind them and then knock them back with Thundering Blow, you're usually going to place people in bad positions. In this particular clip, I actually flash behind my enemy, knock him into the Malphite for the ultimate, and we're able to easily take him out. Now, I may not have needed to flash there, but I wanted to make 100% certain that I was able to get behind him and make that gank happen. In some lanes, you are going to get bullied a lot. And for example, in this one, I'm playing against a Singed who has been giving me hell this whole time because of the Olaf ganks, but I'm not going to panic and just let them kill me. So I flash to a situation where I can actually knock him back in the turret and I actually end up picking up a kill. Once you get around to going into team fights and things like that, there are a couple different ways to play Jace. Now, normally you don't want to just leap in right away with this particular build because you are going to be a little bit squishier. Try and stay in the back and use your poke as much as possible to do damage from range. Also using that hypercharge to just really wreck people's life down. And then as soon as you see an opportunity, you can switch over to that cannon stance and just completely demolish people with the damage potential that you're going to have. With Jace, not only do you have to worry about great positioning in this build, it's also a lot about timing, as if you can figure out exactly when to leap in there and go for a full-on strike into the back line onto their squishies, that's really going to change the course of a fight. A lot of times, if you're going to be playing the top lane, you've already got that ranged carry who's in the back focusing down the tanks, so sometimes it's okay for you to actually sacrifice yourself as long as you're able to pick off a really dangerous target on the enemy team, as that is kind of the role of the bruiser, and that's normally what top laners will play. But you don't always have to do that, as you are strong enough to sit in the back and do some damage from range as well. In this particular case, I'm actually in a fight situation where I'm the only one close to enemies. Now, there's no way I can actually kill everyone, but the thing is, I'm actually going to chase them down and do my best to force them to fight me. The reason for this is because they're in a situation where they have to get back to their base, and now that my entire team is up, we can actually go for that Baron. I'm actually able to pick up a kill onto the Malphite using the assistance of my team. My acceleration gets me the kill onto the Alistar, and my entire team is there. We pick up a Baron, and that puts us in a really sick situation. Thank you guys for watching my guide today. Hopefully it gave you some insight onto how to play Jace a little bit better. Obviously there's a lot of other ways to play him, and I'm sure that in the future, you guys can find more guides from myself. I'll do some commentaries and the like. And make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this. I'm going to be doing a lot more in addition to this type of video. Hopefully you guys like my new style where I do a little bit more commentary in addition to just giving you my thoughts. I thought Jace was a lot of fun to play. So be sure to pick him up and give him a whirl. I'll see you guys around next time. This is Colby Cheese.